Fastest lap for King, 138.1. The leader has just done a 135.3. The track temperature is decreasing, it's now 22 Celsius.
Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you haven't been waiting too long there, but yeah, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to be in the F3 at Nurburgring, just the GP circuit. And Nurburgring for me has been something that I think it's very special, I think, for a lot of people that are into sim racing. And a lot of people run the Nurburgring. Being that this is just the first section of the Nurburgring, it's still a track that I've done a lot, almost like, I want to say I ran the Nürburgring between Forza and Gran Turismo Sport. Probably ran the Nürburgring 1 to 2 times a day for every single, like, for 2 years. So, definitely a lot of time on track. I haven't been on the Nürburgring recently, just because it hasn't been part of the tracks that I've been doing, so I did a little bit of practice this morning and the car felt great. This is actually going to be the full, I think it's 15 laps. The session has started. Significantly longer race and stream than normal, I think. I'll just hang around and see if some other people want to join in. This race I actually get to use the clutch paddles to be able to use the bite point on the clutch. So I'll be able to show that on the stream today as well. I don't know if you can see it there on this camera. Just giving you a numerical value for the bite point. I honestly do not know what the value is for this car, just because I always do it in VR anyway, but if just from memory, I would say it's definitely right around that. It's very minimal input that I give to the second clutch. So as soon as this clutch comes off, it's pretty much both clutches are already engaged, and all I have to do is...
The leader has just done a 135.3.
And usually, the little bit of practice that I've had on it has resulted in some good starts. So, it should be fun to be able to get that done today on camera. As soon as I finish my coffee, wait around and see if some people get on, and then we'll get some practice laps in. The session's gonna start in 7 minutes, so maybe what we'll do is we'll just hang out, talk a little bit more, and jump into free practice. It's probably gonna be a normal 8-minute qualifying session with 2 laps, and then the 20-lap race. I don't remember what the lap times were. You can probably see them here directly on the screen. It's a little small here on my screen, but let's take a look. Let's see, 135. So yeah, we'll keep that in mind and use that as a reference point. Hopefully we can do a lot faster than that, or 133s or something, 134s, we'll see.
The leader's just done a 135.0.
I just realized that I've been here almost talking to myself because I never activated the audio. So, once again, good morning and welcome to the stream. Sorry about that. I'll know for next time now to actually make sure that that's live. So, yeah, so today, I'll say it again. Give me 1 second because I have audio open somewhere else and I can hear it. All right. Sorry about that. So, as I was saying, today I'm in the Dallara F3 doing the Nurburgring. This is the, let's see, what's this series called? This is the, I'm sorry. No. Yeah. So this will just be the iRacing F3 Championship. Today it's at the Nurburgring GP circuit, and this was something that I spent a lot of time on through Forza, through Gran Turismo Sport. I want to say that I drove this track probably almost every day, once or twice for nearly 2 years. So I think that this track is very special to a lot of people that sim race, because I think that the Nürburgring is such a known track. It's such a famous track for being so long that a lot of people tend to enjoy it. So being that this is only the first section, when I used to run the Nürburgring on any sim, I used to always try to run the combined version. So this is just the main GP circuit section, but it's still very familiar to me. So super excited to be able to like actually compete, because this morning I tried doing the F3 sprint, and I had known just through some research that the track was going to be a bit bumpy and a bit dusty, but there was almost no grip. I couldn't find a good flow, and I couldn't find very good grip. But when I noticed that the F3 championship was at Nürburgring, it just made sense to jump into this, and we'll actually be able to perform a lot better here. So what do we have here? 4 minutes left. Got about 4 minutes there until the session starts.
This is what I spend my time doing when I'm waiting for a race to start, is making sure everything is lined up, because dealing with my OCD, well, that's just part of it, I guess. Is making sure that everything is lined up and even and where it needs to be. So 2 more minutes there on that open practice session, and then we'll jump into our actual session. Looks like we have another viewer. How are you? By the way, fun fact, it's my dad's birthday today, so I'm actually, I don't know if you can see them there on that camera, but I'm wearing his old boots. Dad, if you're watching these, I think these are I think these are probably older than I am, but hey, they've held up. So let's have some fun with them. And happy birthday, Dad. Right, so we'll jump into practice now. Basically, as always, I'm probably gonna just have about 90 seconds to just dial in the brake bias, get comfortable, and get started for qualifying. I feel like this is being blocked. Don't recognize anybody there. Yeah, so we only have about 50 seconds at this point. So there's actually a lot of downhills on this track, so I'm going to send brake pressure slightly forward, just so that when I'm diving into those corners, I'm able to control the front of the car and avoid all that weight coming forward and swinging the car around. So we've got about 10 seconds here, so I'll just jump back out for a few seconds here until the session actually starts.
everything's clear. We have during the laps. Let's get this done.
So I kind of learned something new this morning where I would come around this way and I would actually push the car all the way, kind of just to use as much road as possible. I would be able to turn it a lot wider and carry a lot more speed through that corner. Not really sure what's going on with the graphics specifically on this track. So for some reason that roller coaster takes a few seconds to render. I'm not even sure if it's rendering completely, but even the pits don't render, or the garages I should say, they don't render in the race. Not that it's a big issue, but just a thought. A little late on the brakes there. Alright, starting our fast lap now.
V6, lap time was 1:43.1.
Well, I think we hit our time goal. Flat out through here. Definitely need to give the car at least a lap or two before you can take that corner flat out, I think.
2.
Oh wow, yeah. Definitely much faster lap times are possible here.
V30, currently 1.7 seconds off the pace.
Lots of time to be made up, but at least we had a clean qualifying there. Let's just hope for a nice clean race though. So we've got 2 minutes here, so I'll just try to use this time to practice launching the car. Since this race we do have to launch the car from a standstill. So you should actually see the value here on this camera. I'm not sure if it's actually too far back to see, but if you haven't seen my video on how to use this advanced paddle module, I'll just go through it really quick here. So 2 clutches. How much time do we have left here? We still have a minute left. So first clutch engaged, and you can change either side. You can, whatever side is most comfortable. So I hold my first clutch on this side with my middle finger. Usually I'll hold just a very small amount. I obviously can't see here because of the VR, but if you can see the numerical value here, it's about 10% input really. I mean, I don't know if the value here is going to make too much sense anyway, but very small input. Build the revs. This first clutch on the right gets released. Once I have grip, then this one gets released. So, yeah, 135 was the fastest lap. So I'm definitely still a good
That's the end of the session.
5.5 seconds off the pace. So now at least we'll be able to get on track with some other drivers and starting pretty far back. So should be good to figure out the line and figure out where those 5.5 seconds are. So hope you enjoy the race. I'll see you in a few minutes. Ten seconds left.
The air temp is 18 Celsius. The track temp is 24 Celsius. Are you ready? Watch for the lights. Floor it. Green, green, green.
Oh my.
Clear right.
Did he save it?
Keep pushing.
I think so.
Gap to Sanchez behind us now, 1.1. Almero is now in the lead. Vega has just done a 135.8.
Extremely bumpy through there.
Car left. Clear left. Car right. Right side's clear. Right side. Still there. Still there. Clear right. New fastest lap for Almero, 135.8.
Just sending some
Yellow flag.
brake bias to the back for that corner there.
On your right.
It's definitely sliding out too much.
Still there. Still there. Still there. Clear right. They can't keep it smooth. The yellow. You've just done a 141.3. That's your best lap of the session. Car right. Clear right. On your right. Right side's clear. Car right. Still there. Clear right. Okay, Jose. Fuel window opens on lap 17. It'll close on lap 18. Car in front is Walker. Car right. Hold your line. Clear right. Car right. Right side's clear. On your left. Still there. Clear left. Left side, clear left. Yes. Yellow flag. The next car is Stevens.
The back is locking up too much if I downshift into second gear there.
Car right. Hold your line. You're right. Car right. Right side's clear.
Yo, I even left him some room! Come on!
fastest lap for Almero, 1:35.2. The gap to Walker behind is now watch out.
Got P1 closing in. I have to check downforce settings for the next race and kind of spend a little bit of time going through the setup on this car, see if we can get some more speed out of it. That's my excuse for the day. Thank God that there's a bunch of runoff room here. Come on. Okay. That was my fault.
You need to push if we're going to hold this position.
Come on. He kept trying to get into the slipstream, but I kept slowing down to try to let him by. We have 2 more laps until we can pit. I'll have to look at the pit strategy as well.
Ahead, it's increasing. It's now 4.9. Only 2 laps of fuel left.
Yeah, we'll have to look at the pit strategy for next race as well. Pitting this late in the race doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, and I would assume it's going to change tires as well, and I don't have anything mapped right now to stop that, so we'll just have to run through it and then just prepare better for the next one.
Blue flag. Car left, clear left.
One more lap and we'll come around into the pits at the end of this lap. Completely pointless to pit right at the end of the race, but
Box this lap, please, Jose.
whatever. I'm actually curious if I'm even going to get to the last lap, since I'm a lap down anyway.
Fastest lap for Almero, 134.8. The relay Walker. The gap is now 4.2. 1 minute remaining.
Yeah, white flag.
One more to go.
This is what I was talking about. At least it looks normal, but there's no garages, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
There's traffic behind, take care. Blue flag. Car left, clear left.
I'm just giving everybody as much room as possible, because right now I'm pretty much just in the way. And cold tires, and I just need to get this car around to the other end of the end of this race, and we'll write this one off because this was kind of a mess. But either way, I think it's okay to share this kind of stuff on the channel. Now I'll definitely spend a little bit of time going into the setup, just trying to figure out how else to extract more speed out of this car, and maybe we'll do that live, and if anybody wants to chime in, anybody that, I don't know anything about setups, so setups to me are a brand new thing, so you know, it's definitely something we can look at together. I honestly feel like slowing down at this point is just going to be too much of a risk, so now I'll just come around here, stay over to this side. If everybody get by, cool. If not, it's the end of the race anyway, so.
16, okay, we're done.
Not enough time to get back around, so. So overall, quick little debrief here before I go. Overall, we need to work on setup because the car doesn't feel fast. Clearly, we're still 5.5 seconds off the pace, which I can definitely understand. 2 to 3 seconds. I was able to make it into the 39s there once, but the car does feel slow, so there's definitely more speed to be found, and I think that's all going to be found in the setup. Let me see here if it tells me what setup I was running. Yeah, just a modified baseline setup, so I think the people on the front were definitely running a lot faster, so we have to take some time to do that. Other than that, I think that most of it felt consistent, apart from that one incident where I was tapped from the back, and I think there was another incident there at one point, but I can't remember. But either way, I think that once we have a better idea of setup-wise where the car is going to go, and we can start testing something that feels a little bit better by the end of the week, it's going to be... I definitely can't wait for this track to be back to what it used to be for me, because I used to be able to get on this track and not even think about it. It was just something I was used to doing, and it was something I would do just to pass the time, and I spent a lot of time on it, and it was just second nature, so I'm excited to be able to get back to that, especially in this car. I mean, this car, obviously with the F3 series, it's extremely competitive. A lot of, there's a lot of fast people on there, and fortunately, I think there's times where there's a lot of clean driving, which is good. Clean driving, close driving, and certainly fast driving. So this is going to be a great track for that. Let's see what track is next week. I'm also excited for another track that's coming up, I think middle of November. Let's take a look here. Oh no, this is the Formula Sprint. So this one's gonna be... Oh, this is gonna be fun. Sebring next week. So being that Sebring is like a good 2.5 hours away, that's gonna be exciting. And let's see what we have for the Formula Sprint. Back to Silverstone. I enjoyed Silverstone, the 2011 circuit. I think for a 10-minute race, it's a nice short circuit. There are 2 points where I think right here. We did this 3 weeks ago. So hopefully it's still slightly fresh in my mind. But this is what I'm also excited for. The following week, it's going to be Daytona. And Daytona is just another 4 hours away. Hoping that one day we get to run Homestead either in the F3, mostly in the Ferrari Challenge, since I try to go to the Ferrari Challenge every year. So it's something that's very real to me because I'm able to go and experience it. You know, I went to Homestead on Sunday doing some work there with Rick Motec, and I was at the track in 20 minutes. So I want to definitely be able to run it here in the sim. So I think that's going to be it. I'm going to go grab a quick lunch. I have one more meeting this afternoon, and then I think I'll more than likely jump back in. Let me get my head out of that other camera. Hi. Sorry. Yeah, so I'll probably jump back on later and do another race here at the Nurburgring. I might do some racing in the Ferrari this week. It's at Jose Carlos Pache in Brazil. So another track that I had a lot of time on in the F1 games. So it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to perform with the Ferrari. So yeah, thanks again if you hung out, and if you hung out through the entire race, I definitely appreciate it. Close this out of here. Close this. Just a shameless plug there. So yeah, I mean, if you like this, please like the video or like the stream. It's been helping the channel a lot. I've been able to go back into a lot of the videos that have been liked, and that significantly, the amount of likes has really helped increase the views and increase the reach. So the more you can help me, the more I can give you, and the more we can continue to grow this together. So yeah, please, if you can, like the video, and if you want to continue to see, as I've said before, just the mental health stuff, sim racing. You know, if you just want to come and hang out during the streams and watch some of the driving or just talk here on the chat, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.